South Louisiana, baby. That's what we out here for.
Hey, what's going on, folks? Bill Jr., Pure Cajun Outdoors. Man, we still getting cold fronts. This is almost at the end of March now. Fishing is still not really good. Haven't really went yet, to be honest with you. But I haven't been getting no good reports. But I've been still getting some requests before we getting into fishing here. What type of rigs I use. So I figured I'd take some time today, go over a couple of the rigs that I use. I've done some older videos of these. I'm gonna do some updated ones now for people that's new to the channel. Don't forget, if you like this type of content, drop a comment down below. Let us know you like it. Let me know what type of rigs y'all use for catfishing, for red fishing, whatever, for alligator gar. Rod and reel, of course, is the rigs I'm gonna be showing y'all. Let me know what y'all use. What's y'all favorite ones? Which ones y'all have the best success with? In the certain types of conditions y'all fishing, because all of that matters. Drop a thumbs up if you like it, man. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Turn your notifications on so you'll be notified every time we post new content. Now let's get into this. First rig we're gonna get into right here is probably the rig I use the most. It's my #1 go-to rig. Some people call it a Santee Cooper rig. Some people call it a modified Santee Cooper rig. It's similar to a Carolina rig. It's all kind of names to it. Just the rig I use. All right, first we got 85-pound braid, 80-pound braid, 80-pound braid, mainline on all my rods. It's all 80 pounds except for my lighter gear, of course. So we got 80-pound braid, mainline, and right here, as you can see, some people will use a sinker slider. There's different companies that make different kinds. Some is on your line, some you can take on and off your line. I have not had good luck with sinker slide because I throw heavy weights, and there has been times where the sinker slide just over time, just from whipping it back and forth, because there's only some little ears that hold your line on there, right? If you've ever looked at them, they will break over time, and I've lost just the weights just keep flying. So now what I do is I use a barrel swivel with a snap clip on the end of it. That way I can put my weight on and off once I pick all my gear up. So we got that part's gonna slide. Same principle as a sinker slide. Right after that, we have a rubber bead right here. I've seen a lot of people, man, use some plastic beads on their line. I'm not the one to tell you what you need to use and what you don't need to use, but if you're going to use a plastic bead, you might as well not use a bead at all. Those plastic beads are real hard, and they will still bang into your knot and mess it up over time and possibly cause you failure in the future. These rubber beads are so much better for actually absorbing the shock of that weight hitting, setting the hook, whatever it is. So please try to find yourself some rubber beads. You can pick them up at craft stores, all over the place. You can pick them up. So anyway, we got our swivel, sliding swivel. Then we have our rubber bead. Then we have us another swivel. This swivel is a 150-pound barrel swivel right here. From my main line to the top side of this swivel, I use a improvised clinch knot. Is what I go to my swivel with. The bottom side of the swivel, I use 100-pound monofilament leader when I'm fishing catfish. This is slime line leader. If you ever tied 100-pound mono leader, you know it can be a hassle. It will ball up on you. It's just hard. I don't feel confident in trying to tie knots with 100-pound leader. So what I do is I crimp them. And I'll put a double crimp on there with it. I've never had a crimp fail on me. So it saves time. I trust it a lot more than trying to tie some of these knots. And then I have about a 18-inch leader possibly around that. It depends on the waters I'm in, on what I have. Right here, I have a peg float on this one right here. I can take this off if I want. And then we go to the business side of things right here, which is a 10-aught Nocturnal Nation pig sticker. If y'all watch my channel, y'all know this is my go-to hooks for everything. So peg float, the only thing I will change is sometimes I will have a line rattler on here. This peg float, you can fish this rig with or without the peg float. You can take it off. I use them a lot. Because sometimes those fish just aren't up on the bottom, and it helps elevate that bait just a little bit and get you in that strike zone. That's the whole purpose of this right here, is just to help elevate your bait. But there are some days where them fish are feeding on the bottom, and a peg float, you can take it off and just fish without it, right? Y'all have seen it before. That's a real common rig. So, like I said, this is my #1 go-to rig 99% of the time. Sinker slide, rubber bead, 100-pound mono leader, carp, hook. Whatever y'all want to call this rig. What y'all seen it now. Drop a comment below. What do y'all consider this rig right here? You know? Let me know what y'all call it, because it seems there's a lot of different names for different things. And all right, next up, it's a little bit different rig than that one, but not a whole lot. This thing's hanging it up. So what we got going on right here, same situation. We have 80-pound braid, except on this one we have a 3-way swivel on this one with a dual snap clip on there. And the reason I'll use this 3-way swivel sometimes is I would like especially if I'm fishing in the structure or something like that and I want my bait to sit where I put it, I'll use this 3-way like in heavy current, because it keeps it a lot closer to my hook. I don't have to worry about letting the line out, snap my weight on there, and I'm good to go. Good for fishing around logs. If I'm fishing underneath a cork, even a float, I'll put a smaller weight on here. So this is just a 3-way, and once again, same thing, 100-pound monofilament leader by Slime Line, crimped down to the business end, which is another Nocturnal Nations 10-aught pig stick. You can see this one right here done been chewed on by bull, shark, by everything. I caught, if y'all was watching the live video, I know a video did not come up with it because we just didn't have enough light. But we went fishing to Burns Point a couple weeks ago, did a nighttime trip. My goal was to record it. However, the light that I use right here takes a remote control to adjust the brightness. When I go live at home at night and I do talking on it, I have it turned down to the lowest setting. So when we got to Burns Point, I had the light. You know what I did not have? The remote control. So the light was on the dimmest setting all night long, which was good enough to stream live. There was plenty enough light for that. There was not enough light for the GoPros. And I caught a first time. I have it on live stream footage. It was the first time I've caught a spinner shark out there. Water was real salty. The wind was super high. High wind, 25, 30 miles an hour. It was gusting all night long, if not more. So anyways, I have been fishing. That night right there, we just didn't get footage to put up on the channel. So that's what this is chewed up from right here. And that goes to show you how tough that this monofilament leader is from Slime Line. That was a probably 3.5-foot spinner shark. I don't even feel any nicks in it. And these hooks, once again, Nocturnal Nation pig stickers. You can go to tacklebandit.com, use code Pure Cajun 10 for your Nocturnal Nation hook orders and get 10% off your order. They got these hooks, man. Y'all have heard me talk about it plenty of times before. Best hooks, hands down. There's a wide range of hooks, from circle hooks to J hooks to hybrid hooks to sickle hooks to offset, octopus, straight shank. I mean, they got what you need, from smaller hooks all the way up to 12 and 13-aught hooks. They got you covered. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. Support a local company, man, right here in the U.S. Small business. Y'all go check them out. So this right here is my second rig I would use, right? It's probably my second go-to rig that I use, the second most. And the only difference I do, in fact, I only use that when I'm a lot of times doing flathead fishing, or like I said, if I'm in heavy current. This one right here that I just showed y'all with the sinker slide on it, this is the one that I'll use the most for gar fishing, this rig right here. And the reason I use it for gar fishing is I know a lot of people gar fish underneath the carks when they fish in these shallow rivers. I've seen the videos of them. I gar fish a little different. I catfish in the big river, I catfish in the basin. There's a lot of heavy current, some deeper water. It's not shallow, the water is normally moving. And I fish on the bottom for them. I know a lot of y'all don't fish gar fish like that, but it's how I do it, and I've had success with it. I say that this deep water, I still fish the sandbars, but it's in big water, should I say. And I'll fish this rig because we do have sharks in the same area, and we still do have catfish that we can catch. So I'll use this rig to hold me on the bottom for one, because like I said, some pretty heavy current. But the good thing about having this rig right here is when If you fish guardfish, you already know guardfish are real finicky. When they pick that bait up, if they feel any tension on it, they will drop that bait. Now, if I was to be fishing with that 3-way swivel, for example, and my weight is, you know, hard lined onto it basically, when he would go to pick that bait up, he'd also be picking that weight up with it. And it wouldn't work. He would drop it most of the time. However, fishing with this sinker slider right here, my swivel sinker slider, my weight's gonna just sit on the bottom. When that guardfish is gonna come by with this bait floating in front of him, he's gonna pick it up and he's gonna start moving with it. I have live line and bait alerts on all my reels, right? So when he's gonna take off swimming with it, I can just feed him line and that weight is gonna stay in one place while he pulls line out and never move. So he'll never feel the tension of that weight, you know. So it allows me to fish from multiple species on the same rig while not really jeopardizing anything for any one of them. And then once he swims with it long enough, man, I can go ahead and bury the hook, set it, whatever y'all want to call it, reel back down, get to my weight, pull it all in. So this is why I use this rig probably the most out of any of them, because it is the most versatile and will work in the most different solutions for the different species I target. Bull sharks will catch it, guardfish will, you know, I can catch them on all of them. I redfish with this same rig whenever I go out to Burns Point. This is the exact same rig I redfish with. If you're fishing with live bait, I can open the bail up, your weight will stay on the bottom, and I can release slack, especially if you're in a little current, and that bait can float in different parts of that bait column. I can give it a little bit more slack to go places without having to worry about if this was a stationary weight on his line. He had to stay close to it, which is the purpose of a 3-way swivel, to hold my bait where I want it. This right here is a lot more flexibility while you're out fishing. So there we go. I've covered the rigs I use. The only thing I would do different when guard fishing is I will use this same rig right here that y'all see, except I will have a steel leader on it. 150, 200 pound stainless steel leader is what I'll use when I'm specifically targeting guardfish and sharks. There has been times where I'm not really targeting them. I show up out there on the water and I'm already rigged like this, for example. I'll still fish for them and I've still landed them on this mono. It's pretty strong enough for it. But if I have a chance to rig up before I start fishing, I will swap these out and put steel leaders on everything. Because usually when it's alligator guard in the area, it's also bull sharks in the area. And you want to be prepared to be able to catch any one of them. You know what I mean? So once again, Pure Cajun Outdoors, man, at gmail.com. Drop us an email if you need to get in touch with us for anything. Follow us on all social media. We'll catch y'all on the next one.